everyone, a quick video for me this morning. It's really cold. I'm like, oh, shivers. I'm gonna make myself a nice tea later, but I wanted to do this video first because this is a very important topic for me, and it's about getting over things and about why I don't like that sentence. And I really think it's an important topic to address, because the only way to get over something is to get through it. I come from a childhood where I never felt safe in expressing my emotions. I didn't feel acknowledged by my emotions. I didn't feel validated in the way I felt. There was no room for that. And I remember as a child, I started to suppress it. I literally, at some point, started to adjust to my environment because I wanted to feel loved and receive love, and the only way to receive it was to adjust. And if that means that I couldn't show certain sides of myself, then I would start to suppress it because I would feel ashamed about it, or I would feel afraid of being rejected and abandoned. The problem with that is that because I never really was my authentic self in that moment, and I started to behave in a different way, I started to reinforce situations in my life that kept showing me that same situation over and over again. It was always in a different setting, but it came down to the same wound that I had to heal in life, and it's really coming from a place of inner child wounds. And I noticed that it's a very important topic because a lot of people are dealing with this. I have been speaking to different friends lately, and every time this topic seems to come up, whether it's something with work or whether it is in their relationship. There's a friend of mine, he's actually separating from his partner, and they have been together for a very long time, and he is alone now, and he feels really restless, and he's not feeling well, but he is drowning himself into work just not to deal with it, and also being very hard on himself, like, yeah, I'll just have to get over this and just move on, it's what it is. And maybe that situation wasn't the best situation, but it's about the emotions that you experience in that moment, because emotions are real. And even though your environment might think otherwise, or they find it unimportant, these are your emotions and they are happening in your body, and it's really important to understand that it's a reality in that moment, and it's okay to feel that way, because that is happening inside of you. And by being okay and allowing it, you can open yourself to it, to heal. And not just heal, like, it starts with becoming aware of that you have emotions. And by becoming aware, you can start to look into your body like, okay, I experience pain in my tension in my arms or in my jaws, or I feel pressure on my chest. I was feeling a lot of pressure on my chest last year when I was going through my awakening, and I was going through a massive heartbreak. And I literally, I every day I thought like, wow, if this tension is gonna last, then I don't know how long my heart is gonna take. But it is really important not to suppress that, because by suppressing that, it's going to manifest itself in different ways in your body. You get ill because you lower your vibration of your body. You can get, like, for example, my skin was a chaos. I felt like I was 14 again. I had like pimples everywhere. I felt like, oh my god. And I had problem with some feminine issues with my hormones, which was a big deal for me. And so by suppressing it, you're not solving it. You're only creating more and more resistance in your body that at some point has to come out, because it has to release itself in a certain way. And therefore, becoming aware of your emotions and then sitting down with them, you can really start to look in what's really happening beneath the surface. Like the anger that you were feeling, was it really anger? Or was it coming from a place of feeling hurt or abandoned or rejected or shame? Because shame is something that can be rooted really deep without you being aware of it. And it can make you react in a certain way to people, or make you do things because you want to compensate for it, or abandonment issues. I had huge abandonment issues, and also issues of shame because of how I felt about certain things and not, feeling acknowledged in it. There are all different kinds of emotions that can linger beneath the surface. You can only heal them if you become aware of them, and that really is uncomfortable sometimes. I understand that it's not easy to sit down and being honest with yourself about how you truly feel and dive into that. But once you start to understand what was happening beneath the surface, you can start looking into where is this coming from. Is it maybe something that happened in my childhood, a situation, no matter how small? Did that happen, and did that also create that feeling within me that I'm still carrying with me as a wounded ego, and gets triggered when someone says something or when something happens in my environment? Because we tend to react to people or situations, or get angry at people or situations. But sometimes it is not about the people or the situation. It is about an old wound that is still lingering and hasn't been healed. And that's why feeling through things is super important, because when you want to get over things, you have to get through it. That's where the light comes in, and that's when you can start healing. And that's really an act of self-love.